A little girl picks up a beautiful golden feather, and the forest freezes. Shadows shift, something ancient awakens, and one small mistake turns her peaceful night into a terrifying encounter she never expected. Stay with me, because what happened next changed her life forever. The moon hung low over the quiet village. A pale glow drifted across the rooftops. The little girl stepped outside with careful footsteps. Cool night air brushed against her cheeks. She spotted a golden feather resting on the ground. Its surface shimmered like sunlight trapped inside metal. She reached down and lifted it with trembling fingers. A sudden warmth pulsed through her palm. The trees around her rustled without a breeze. Shadows tightened between the trunks. The air thickened with an unfamiliar scent. Her heartbeat thumped louder in her ears. She heard a distant whisper rise from the darkness. The sound scraped softly across the forest floor. Her eyes widened as the feather grew brighter in her hand. The glow spilled across the path like liquid gold. Something moved behind her. A slow, dragging movement pressed against the silence. She turned her head inch by inch. Her throat tightened as the whisper shifted into a low hum. The golden feather vibrated against her skin. Light wrapped around her wrist like a tightening ribbon. Her breath caught as a tall shape stepped from behind the nearest tree. The shape leaned forward. Its eyes reflected the feather's glow. Its mouth opened as if to speak. And just as the hum rose to a piercing tone, the girl felt the ground tremble beneath her feet. And she realized the feather was no longer warm, but burning hot against her palm. The little girl gasped as the burning heat surged up her arm. Her fingers twitched, yet she refused to release the golden feather. The light around her wrist tightened until it felt like a solid band. She staggered backward while the tall shape advanced with slow steps. The hum deepened into a steady vibration. Leaves on the forest floor shivered as if shaken by invisible hands. The trees seemed to lean inward, bending toward her with silent curiosity. Above her, the moon dimmed behind a sweep of drifting clouds. The tall shape tilted its head. Its eyes shone with a strangely calm expression. The glow reflected inside those eyes like trapped lanterns. The creature raised one long arm toward the girl. She felt the air between them thicken with pressure. A smell like heated stone drifted into her nose. Her skin prickled under the force of the unseen energy. Every sound faded except the harsh rhythm of her own breath. As the creature's hand approached, the golden feather flared violently. A burst of light shot upward like a cracking flame. The blast illuminated every branch and leaf around her. The trees cast long and tangled shadows that seemed to twist in place. The creature paused. Its hand hovered a few inches from the girl's shoulder. Its long fingers curled slightly as if reconsidering its movement. A faint growl trembled from deep within its chest. The girl's arms shook from the intensity of the feather's heat. Her knees bent as she struggled to stay upright. The light around her wrist spiraled into shifting patterns. Each swirl moved like living script she could not read. She whispered a question, uncertain if the creature would understand. Her voice cracked under the strain of fear. The creature blinked once, slowly. Its gaze shifted from her face to the feather in her hand. The growl faded into a low, rumbling sigh. The forest responded with a sudden stillness, as if listening. Not a single insect chirped. Not a single leaf moved. The girl swallowed hard. Her throat felt dry as desert sand. Her heartbeat pounded inside her skull. The burning heat spread from her palm to her forearm. The feather's glow surged again and created a halo of gold around her. The light spread outward across the ground. Blades of grass shimmered as if coated in molten metal. Even the trunks of the trees glinted under the strange radiance. The creature took one step backward. Its posture tightened as if bracing for something. Its shoulders lifted, high and tense. A deep vibration rippled through the air around it. The girl sensed a new force rising behind her. A heavy presence settled across the clearing. She turned her head slowly, trying to locate the source. The trees behind her seemed darker than before, as if hollowed out. A whisper, unlike the earlier one, drifted from the blackened grove. This whisper carried weight, cold and sharp. It scraped through her ears like a voice made of icicles. She shivered under the chilling sound. The creature in front of her reacted instantly. Its head jerked toward the grove. Its posture shifted into a defensive stance. It raised both arms as if shielding the girl. The golden feather pulsed again in her grasp. The light trembled, uncertain, like a candle in fierce wind. The heat surged stronger, racing up to her shoulder. Tears formed in her eyes from the unbearable burn. The whisper from the grove grew louder. It formed into something resembling a word. The ground vibrated under her bare feet. Pebbles danced across the soil. A dark figure stepped out from between the trees. Its outline wavered as if made of smoke. Its shape shifted with every step it took. Its presence pressed against the air like a heavy storm cloud. The creature in front of the girl growled once more. The sound echoed through the entire clearing. The trees trembled as if responding to its warning. The air swirled in a sudden gust that tugged at the girl's hair. The smoky figure extended a long, shadowy arm. The gesture was slow and deliberate. Its hand opened toward the girl, palm facing upward. A chilling cold swept over her like plunging into deep water. The golden feather reacted violently. A sharp crack of energy shot out from it. Golden sparks flew in every direction. The ground beneath her glowed in a wide, radiant circle. The tall creature stepped closer to her, shielding her with its form. Its body radiated heat, though not as intense as the feather. It glanced over its shoulder at her, as if urging her to stay still. Its eyes gleamed with a mix of warning and concern. The dark figure stopped near the edge of the glowing circle. Its body rippled, splitting and reforming in unnatural patterns. The cold radiating from it deepened until her breath turned white. Her fingers tightened involuntarily around the feather. The golden light swelled upward in a sudden burst. A column of radiance shot into the sky. The clouds above parted as if sliced open. The moonlight spilled back into the clearing. The dark figure recoiled from the beam. Its form twisted violently as if burned by the light. A sharp hiss escaped from its shifting mouth. Its arm withdrew into the shadows of its body. The girl's vision blurred from the intensity of the radiance. Her legs trembled until they nearly gave out. The tall creature steadied her with one large hand. Heat and cold clashed around her in waves. The ground trembled again. The golden column wavered. The cold whisper sharpened into a rising wail. The forest seemed ready to tear itself apart. The feather vibrated harder, sending thin lines of light across her skin. Her breath came in short, painful bursts. The wail from the dark figure grew sharper, louder. The tall creature lowered its stance as if preparing for impact. The girl felt another surge building inside the feather. Heat, light, and force spiraled through her arm. Her entire body quivered under the pressure, and just as the radiance reached its peak, the feather began to twist in her hand, as if something inside it demanded release. And everything around her held its breath in the rising storm. The twisting force within the golden feather swelled until the girl could barely keep her fingers closed around it. For one breathless moment, the world stood utterly still. No wind, no sound, only the pounding of her heart and the fierce glow pressing against her skin. Then the feather shattered into a burst of soft, swirling light. The fragments drifted upward like glowing petals lifted by an invisible breeze. Each piece carried a gentle warmth that replaced the burning heat inside her arm. The light floated between the trees, bright enough to illuminate every shadow. The tall creature straightened its posture. The growl in its chest faded into a calm exhale. Its eyes softened as it watched the glowing fragments rise to the sky. A faint, almost grateful expression passed across its face. The dark figure at the edge of the clearing recoiled as the light brushed against it. Its smoky form wavered and dissolved into thin strands. The strands curled like wisps of fog caught in morning sunlight. Within seconds, the last of the figure faded completely. The pressure in the air lifted. The forest began to breathe again. Leaves rustled in a gentle night breeze. The scent of warm earth returned to the clearing. The girl sank slowly to her knees. Relief washed across her like cool water. Her trembling eased as the final specks of golden light vanished among the branches. The tall creature stepped closer. It lowered itself to her height, moving with deliberate gentleness. Its large hand hovered near her shoulder, offering support without force. She met its gaze and saw no hint of fear or threat. The creature bowed its head in a slow, respectful motion. A soft glow flickered in its eyes, mirroring the fading gold above. The girl felt a quiet understanding pass between them, wordless yet clear. The feather had never been a weapon. It had been a promise. The creature turned toward the forest's deeper path. Its long limbs carried it silently through the trees. Before disappearing into the shadows, it glanced back one last time. As if assuring her that the danger had truly passed. She rose to her feet with steady breaths. The clearing felt different now, lighter, safer, almost peaceful. Moonlight touched the ground where the glowing circle had been. The warmth on her arm lingered, gentle and comforting. Holding that warmth close, she began walking home. Her footsteps